is Geri Allen. Geri Allen. Geri played wonderfully last night on the main stage. Geri Allen is a Guggenheim Award-winning American composer, educator, and jazz pianist currently directing the Jazz Studies program at the University of Pittsburgh, where she earned a master's degree in ethnomusicology. Yeah, Pittsburgh. We have some folks from Pittsburgh here, all the way from Pittsburgh. She is the first recipient of the Soul Train Lady of Soul Award for Jazz. In 2011, Geri was nominated for an NAACP award for her Timeline Tap Quartet project. Allen is the first woman and youngest person to receive the Danish Jazz Park Prize. She's a cutting-edge performing artist and continues to concertize internationally and right here at Monterey. She is co-producing the reissue of Erroll Garner's Concert by the Sea with Steve Rosenthal, who I'll introduce in a minute. All right. Now, this became one of the best-selling jazz albums of all time, as we know. Here's the gold record in the archive to prove that. We'll ask Geri to speak a little bit about the importance of this album at the time and why it was such an iconic record.
Well, as we were researching how to approach this concert, I became aware that everyone in the band really knew this record in a deep way. And it was one of those things where we're, okay, so we're coming to this performance trying to create a context for us to come to this iconic performance, knowing the power of Garner's personal interpretations of these standard compositions and also his own compositions, a few of them on the record. But it was very challenging, obviously because of the velocity and his technique and all of the intricacies of playing the instrument in the majestic, you know, orchestrational way that he did. And I think that this is the kind of thing that you get a sense of that his peers, the people who were the giants of piano, his contemporaries all respected him. There are photographs of, we're going to see later, I think, in the presentation of Ellington and Count Basie and Art Tatum all together, you know, in a this camaraderie of love and respect surrounding Garner. And I want to just read a quote to you, if I could. Okay, it's here. So far as pianists go, I guess Erroll has become the fastest seller on records in the world. And he surely deserves this success, for he is a fine and distinctive player. Unknown to Erroll, I often won small bets on him. You see, many people have the idea that he lacks technique and cannot execute passages. I've been able to prove them wrong. Garner is modern, yet his style is different from Bob. He has worked out a sound of his own, doing 4 beats in the left hand like a guitar. He often uses bass and drums, but can play alone and still promote a terrific beat. I like his playing for several reasons, primarily because it's original and has more feeling than almost any pianist I can think of. To me, he is the Billie Holiday of the piano. Some musicians put him down because he does not read or indulge in a lot of senseless modern progressions, but these are not the important things of jazz. So this comes from Melody Maker from April to June 1954, entirely in Mary Lou Williams' own words.
That's wonderful. Thank you. It's so nice to hear another artist speaking about Erroll and what it meant, what the connection was in his artistry. That's beautiful. I wanted to ask you also, and this is a question probably a lot of you are going to think about as well, when was the first time you encountered this album? You yourself, in your history?
Yeah, so my father is a big Erroll Garner fan. So I heard the music, as a high school student, in Detroit. And, it really coming back to it again, it's been kind of like a real revelation for me, because the understanding that I have now as a pianist that has grown through the years, I really have a context for, you know, what that record was when I heard it as a young person, and now really getting the nuance and, you know, the fact that it was really a breakthrough experience then, and it continues